discussion. We're going to call it a night. We sent out the text message to all those on the Black Signal. I want to thank everybody that might be possibly coming in. Give y'all some time. Come on in. Let's go and play some music. So everybody get in here.
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you have joined us in Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Be sure to check out our site and subscribe at tribe.gyenamejourney.com.
All my brothers and sisters, hold hands and bow your heads. Let us pray. God stand up in the foundation of the mighty. He judgeth amongst the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? I say, send the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and the needy, deliver the poor and needy, lead them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk round in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court. I have said, ye are God. All of you are children of the Most High. But you shall die like men, and fall like men of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth. Thou shalt inherit all nations. Allahu Akbar.
Damn, I forgot to stop and get some
This is Kadar Fix, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.
Y'all run with that mic.
This is Adam Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Gye-Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
This is Adam Sheik, aka Ace, live from Shisha Lounge, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy. Good morning, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Willie. Welcome to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I want to give a shout out to Silver Kevin, all my Silver Nation out there. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I want to give a shout out to my dad for raising me and my family for being around me. And I want to give a shout out to the people of my generation that's trying to do something big.
Hello?
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Peace, Hotep. It's Mansour Hotep, aka Mr. Deity. Mr. Deity, does it sound good? I think it sounds great. Right now, you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. If If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry your pain. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shout out to the Gye-Nyame tribe, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. Peace.
Hey, song almost over. Hold it in there for a second. I'll get a call in a second. Hold the song in about 5 minutes.
Adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry your name. This is Brother Hatem coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shout out to Tracy Sasha, Gye-Nyame family. Stand up. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Peace. This is Gina.
Now, you listen to
On Gye-Nyame Radio. Peace.
Man, I had enough, family. Hey. I want to welcome everybody here to Folktales for Grown Folks. As you see, I'm sporting that Gye-Nyame Journey hat. Uh-oh. We got a feedback. Where the feedback coming from? Is that me? Uh-oh, somebody playing the organ. Who grinding on the organ? I'm mute the... All right, hold on. Let me see. All right, cool. Somebody stopped it. All right, cool. So we got 2 people on the line already. So already the conversation is hot. We talking about what y'all want to talk about tonight. But, of course, we got a folk tale, and I'm going to make it fit with whatever you bring. I'm going to find some way. I do it. That's what I do. That's what we do here at Gye-Nyame Journey. So, family, let's go and explore. First off, shouts out to my brother Tim Williams. What's going on, my friend? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's my call-in line calling me. Ain't that something? But anyway, I hope it ain't knocked me off. Sister Navita also had a major subject that she wanted to cover tonight. So we're going to also discuss that as well. But, so Brother Tim must have muted his phone, and that's cool. And we got another call-in number from 614. You know what I'm saying? 614, you there? Who that? Who on the line? Or people just listening in? That's a beautiful thing.
I'm here with you, Brother Hatem.
All right, cool. You got something you want to share?
Hatem, I'm with you, brother.
Okay, cool. So you just listening in?
Not necessarily. I just wanted to just, be in the mix.
Okay, cool. All right, we got somebody from 288-614-288. Who that?
I was about to say, I know you ain't about to just tell my whole number to the world. What part of the game is that?
I ain't see it. Usually your name will pop up. Nigga, you be changing your number and stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to help brother out. I wanted to make sure you was being recognized. What's going on?
A little bit of everything, a whole bunch of nuts.
All right. Well, before we get into tonight's folktale, I'm going to go through the Gye-Nyame news line real quick so that we can see stuff going on. Let's see what else out there. Mike Surgeon is in the house. Peace to you as well, Mike, if you want to call in. because also we're going to be covering some political stuff and some political stuff going on that I don't know if you know about, and I want you to definitely know about, because we're going to be having a town hall at Columbus Public Library on December 10th. I think it's from 6 to 8. And I would love for you to be in there to throw out some questions. And also, we need to sit down and talk about some political strategy for taking over the city of Columbus. So feel free to call in. Of course, we ain't going to talk about all the plans, but we can let people know what's coming by 2023. That's all we need to do. All right, but hey, family, so in the news. Well, first, before I get into the news, let's go and let's check out today's folktale. Then I'm going to tell you how we're going to tie it in. We're going to be able to solve life issues. We're going to solve political issues. We're going to solve social issues. We're going to solve economic issues, because that's how brilliant our ancestors were. Because they left this information that was layered. And all you have to do is what we call a Gye-Nyame journey, is wisdom mining. Now, before we get into that, first off, I want to invite everybody that's out here right now, if you would, go and support Gye-Nyame Journey. Several ways you can do it. First off, if you're on Facebook, you could go to Gye-Nyame Journey Media and like the page. Also, if you're on Facebook and you want a better quality experience, go to gnjmedia.live. Once again, that's gnjmedia.live. There you'll find our merch store. There you'll find our tip jar where you can go and help support Gye-Nyame Journey. But along this, before I get too deep into that, because I'm going to post up a lot of this stuff real quick, so bear with me while I make sure that I get the information out. Family, there is a certain philosophy that makes Gye-Nyame Gye-Nyame, and I want to make sure that I'm able to share this with each and every last one of you. I want you to get an idea of some of the basic ideas behind Gye-Nyame. Now, here is a free 7-day e-course that I really, really want you to check out. Go on and check it out. It's free. It's 7 days. You know what I'm saying? I took, 7 days. Boom. Go and check it out. You know what I'm saying? Get involved. You know what I'm saying? Understand what we doing when we talk about Gye-Nyame, because you don't have to necessarily join Gye-Nyame if you want to build your own tribe, do your own damn thing. But at least check out the framework so that you have something to work from. All right. Also, let me make sure it's popping up on all channels. Okay, cool. Next, I want you to check us out at G&J Media Live. Those of you that are on here now, coming up in the next month, Kwanzaa, we are in Kwanzaa season. So I want to make sure that everybody know we will be having raffles during Kwanzaa, because we want you to come out to the Kwanzaa events. You want to win the lottery. You got to come out to the Kwanzaa events. So we're going to be giving it away on the Black Line. If you're on the Black Line, if you got a text from me, as far as me letting you know that the show is popping off, you're on the Black Line. Okay? You're on the Black Line. Right? If you want to get on the Black Line, text GNJ to 25456. But also, you can also keep up with Gye-Nyame Journey by going to, I'm about to post it up, GNJmedia.live, family. GNJmedia.live. Go here. Bow. Click on the link. You go there now. What happens on GNJmedia.live is that we have points. So by your activity online with us, by you liking, by you subscribing, you get a certain amount of points, right? Now, those points will enter you into the contest that we're going to be doing throughout the Kwanzaa season. I don't know how much stuff we're going to give away, but we got some stuff to give away. I'm going to hook up with Sister Navita, and she got some dope prizes too. But of course, you're going to get some stuff, some Gye-Nyame Journey merch. Like y'all see my little hat been keeping me warm. I told you about me getting knocked out of my car at 3 o'clock this morning, right? Needed to have a hat to keep me warm. Y'all look at that, right? So I got the next hat coming with the little ball on top. But we got a little merch out. Y'all go and support that way. Speaking of the merch, let me go and post up the merch store so that y'all out there, like I said, y'all out here, y'all want to help us? Here you go right here. Copy and paste. Check out our merch store. There's a whole lot of chatting going over here on YouTube. What's going on here? I'm missing something. Sorry, chat is closed. Time to find another stream. What the hell would that mean? Brother Kwame, I see you in there. Oh, that's old. That's an old chat. The hell. Yeah, find another stream. How y'all gonna tell me to find another stream? Y'all posting up old streams. Yeah, I just got them bragging about Streamlabs. Y'all fucking up. All right, here we go. So here's the merch store. Go and get you some Daily Toaster merch. Right? Also, last but not least, you know what I'm saying? You can also go on and tip us. You know what I'm saying? You like what we do. We bring some value to your life. Go ahead and tip us so we keep it going. Camping trips cost money. Us meeting with young people and adults cost money. You know what I'm saying? So this shit ain't free. Streaming ain't free. I mean, if you paying Wi-Fi bills, you know what I'm talking about. Mics ain't free. You know what I'm saying? All the equipment I got, shit. All right, now I got 4 different instruments pulling on Wi-Fi and shit right now. You know what I'm saying? That makes it possible for us to do this. Because we're podcasting and we streaming exactly at the same time. Then the streaming platform costs money. And what I'm saying is, now, family, I'm not counting on you to do that. But to help, if Gye-Nyame Journey brings any value to your life, go to the tip jar. Plus, tonight, I want to get our first tip. Because you see the jar, it's a glass. Hold on, let me get my finger. Okay, there's a glass right there. When you tip, something will pop up on the screen, and then we'll see something fall into the jar. And I want to see who's going to be the first one to do it. Then also, you can pick your own emoji if you tip that way. And if you subscribe, something pop up on the screen the stream as well. But hold on. Let me go up here to the tip. Copy. We're going to post. And some of y'all that's out there, it's like, man, brother Hatem, fuck all that. What's the Cash App, bro? Cash App, very simple. Check it out. We got $, capital G, capital N, capital J, capital M, small EDIA. There we go, right there. Now let's see if YouTube caught up with us yet. Yep, YouTube is up with us. Shouts out to Sister in the video. You need to call in so that we can go and have the conversation you want to have. You know what I'm saying? So now, family, I done got all that out the way. So now we get into our folktale for the night. For those that are new to the show, we're pulling from Aesop Fables. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this book again because, believe it or not, over the years, we have made it all the way through this book. Family, understand, when you stream with me, this is a course. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm like I said, we're learning, we're growing together, right? So we're working together. We try, we're family. So when you tune into the Daily Toast, we studying, we learning together, and we building. So now, what I'm going to challenge you to do, because I know you sitting by the phone and wondering, dang, should I call that number 614-556-4535? I know you sitting there wondering, should I call that number? Should I call it? Right? But family, let me tell you, you never know who might be out there that needs to hear your wisdom right now. And it would be such a crime if you was to deny them of the very words that may save their life. Because you being stingy or you being shy. It's about us bringing value into each other's life. Practicing reciprocity. I bring you value. You bring me value. We bring others value. They bring value to us. We turn around. We bring more value to them. That's how you build community. You know what I'm saying? First off, that's how you build yourself. Then you build up your family. Then after building up your family, you build up your tribe. After you build up your tribe, you build up your community. After building up your community, right? After your tribes come together, you build up the community, you build up the clan. After the clan, you build up the state or the city. After you build up the city, you build up the state. After you build up the state, you build up the nation. After the nation, you take over the goddamn world. And it's all on the principles that we talk about. But one of the most important principles in that is the principle of reciprocity. We can start that right here tonight by you simply sharing your insight and wisdom on the folk tales that we have popping off here. So here we go. Folk tale for the night.
I'm trying.
You say who? Go ahead, bro.
I'm trying to take over Galaxy down here.
You trying to who?
Take over Galaxy.
Got it. Well, okay. But let's start with the cell.
All right, my bad. Don't make me.
Right, hold on. So let me walk them through the process. We start with the self. We move from the self to the family. We move from the family to the tribe. From the tribe to the community. From the community to the clans. From the clans to the city. From the city to the state. From states to countries and nations. From nations to worlds. From worlds to solar systems. All right? And then, after the goddamn solar system, move to the galaxy. You got the process? All right.
Yeah. I was trying to jump straight to the Galaxy. Just me. I see.
Exactly. Because each phase, each phase unmastered jeopardizes the next phase. Part of the issue that we run into as a people, as individuals, is that we try to jump over stages. We got to master the stage where we are. Very simply, master the stage where we are, because that stage, once mastered, help the individual supports the family supports the tribe supports the community supports the clan supports the city, you know what I'm saying? But if I jump up to the city, but I ain't got myself, my family, my tribes, and my clan, my community and my clans control, you know what I'm saying, or master, my shit collapses. So what we want to do, we want to build it right. It's going to take time. We in a generational battle. We coming back to this motherfucker again. Quasi, we going to bump into each other, and we might not, you know what I'm saying, unless we able to come back into consciousness, we ain't going to remember that we met each other. We still trying to struggle where we met each other prior to this. You understand what I'm saying? Because, I want y'all to think about some of the relationships you got in your life. When you run into motherfuckers and you felt like you known them for your whole life. You know why? Because you didn't know them for this whole life, but there's a possibility you knew them for the whole last life that you was in. Because we're in a generational cycle. So we come back. This is why I tell people during the libations, we got to handle our moments properly. Because if we fuck up those moments, we don't, not only do we betray our children, but we betray, because we gonna reincarnate and come back into the mess we left. So let's get it right, phase by phase. But here we go. The Wolf and the Crane is the folktale for the day. A wolf who had a bone stuck in his throat hired a crane for a large sum to put her head into his mouth and draw out the bone. When the crane had extracted the bone and demanded the promised payment, the wolf, grinning and grinding his teeth, "Why, you have surely already had a sufficient recompense in having been permitted to draw out your head in safety from the mouth and jaws of a wolf." The moral of the story: in serving the wicked, expect no reward, and to be thankful if you escape injury for your pains. Damn. Anime, where you at? That one right there. This one right here is a lifesaver, family. This one right here. So I have family on the line. Call-in line is 614-556-4535. Well, let me say that slower because Periscope might not be able to get the text. It's 614-556-4535. Now, I'm going to give my brothers an opportunity to hit on this one because I'm about to murder it. But actually, I'm not going to give them a chance yet. We're going to talk about some of the news. Then we're going to tie all this shit together. Unless somebody got something burning in them right now that they need to say. So I'm opening the mic. Anybody got something to say before I move to the news and then we come back to the folktale? Going once. Going twice. Well. Here we go. All right, in the news. Posted 5 hours ago on Gye-Nyame Journey Media from Fox News. I ain't never been able to say this right. Perineum sunning leaves Josh Brolin crazy burnt as doctors warn against viral wellness trend. All right, family. Now, my comment on this one is ass burning, the new health fad that is making it hard to sit down. So basically, for those that don't know, the perineum is the part of your body that lies in between your genitals and your asshole. Now, white folks are running out and turning their ass up to the sun. Now, it is said that this process invigorates you and give you energy after just 30 seconds of sunning your perineum. But of course, I can't use the term asshole and keep a straight face on this one. Some people go out here and expose the very core of their ass to the sun for 30 minutes. And then turn around and say, this healing system don't work.
Are you telling me that people out here moving the sun?
Yeah, look. I mean, if you go to Gye-Nyame Journey Media on Facebook, they got their legs propped up and their ass facing the sun. Some people got their legs spread and the sun is hitting this area. Now, this is my issue. I'm not one to say that it's not a possibility that this shit could work. But why? Oh, why expose your ass to the burning rays of the sun for 30 minutes? For 10 minutes. They say that you get reinvigorated after 30 seconds. Now, and on top of that, we're talking about a people who has issues with the sun anyway. So they're running out here and literally burning their assholes up. Family, over and over again, I tell you West Asians are the luckiest motherfuckers in the history of this planet. Because I, for the life of me, cannot understand, other than luck, how these motherfuckers are running the planet right now. I'm struggling with it. I don't, because you can't put it up to straight brute force because, I mean, we get down. We could get down. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what it is.
Go ahead. What is it?
It just occurred to me that. It occurred to me. And it's a pendulum.
You got your phone breaking up. Talk on the phone.
The pendulum is in full effect. The pendulum effect is in full effect. I'm not quite in the same thing, but I stand by it. When you ain't got nothing to lose, you fight harder. But when you fight hard as a person or when you fight hard with nothing to lose and you win, then you gain something to lose, even if it's just your reputation of being undefeated. So the more you win, the more vulnerable you get. So eventually you will find yourself out here mooning the sun. Find that power source.
Yeah, that's a good one. you're going to find yourself mooning the sun. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Woo, I love this ambrosia, bruh. All right, so let's move on to the next news article. I'm going to try somehow exposing the crevice of your ass to the sun and its folktale. I promise. Somehow, somebody remind me once I start flowing. I'm going to combine it with this folktale. Let's move on. All right. This is from Bloomberg News. China school children are now the smartest in the world. Let's go and read a little bit of this. Explorer was moving the global economy in the new season of Stephanomics podcast. Subscribe up. That's a free commercial. Stephan, you owe me some money. Chinese students far outstrip peers in every other country in a survey of reading, math, and science ability, underscoring a reserve of future economic strength and struggle of advanced economies to keep up. The OECD's triennial study of 15-year-old students across the world found that 4 Chinese provinces tested, Beijing, Shanghai, Jiangsu, and Xinjiang, outperformed in science and mathematics, even if household income is well below members' average. In reading, the 10% most disadvantaged Chinese students tested have better skills than the OECD average. The quality of their children, the quality of their schools today will feed into the strength of their economies tomorrow, OECD Secretary General Angel Gurria said. So they got all this up. A PISA study of 600,000 students in 79 countries shine a light on the difficulty of improving education, sometimes irrespective of the resources that are dedicated to it. That appears to be particularly problematic for OECD countries that have increased spending on primary and secondary students by more than 15% in the past decade. It's disappointing that most OECD countries saw virtually no improvement in the performance of their students since PISA was first conducted in 2000, Gurria said. Now, so they go in here and they talk about overcoming obstacles, some of the obstacles that China had to overcome. And I'm going to let you go and finish the article. Now, but I'm going to say this. China is using a very simple system. China is educating their children for China. Not for the world, for China. The purpose behind their education is to instill a love and a dedication to their culture. Now, family, what we have to understand is, as a group, as ADOS, is that we have to start developing educational curriculums that instill the love of our people within our children, so that our children can understand that when they are in school, they are representing something higher than themselves, and they are there to cement their place in the future of the world. This is a key to success. China is not educating their children for the world. China is educating their children for the future of China. So the math is connected to China. The literature is connected to China. The social system is connected to China. Everything is connected to building up China. Now, going to our schools, what are we educating our children for? And I can't remember what I am, but anyway, we got to ask the question, what are we educating our children for? We send our children to these schools as Americans, American citizens, right? those of us that are in the black community or as ADOS, are we supplementing the education with anything so that our children understand that you are going to snatch information so that you can be, so that your legacy, your parents' legacy, your grandparent legacy can be not only embraced, but expanded upon. You know, if you want to see how, you know what I'm saying, how good of a job we doing, sit one of your babies down and have a talk about politics with them. Sit down and have a discussion about economics with them. How versed are they? Especially if you're just sending them to the schools that we have now. Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question, actually. Based off of a conversation I was having with one of my guys the other day. He was talking about his daughter. He got a 13-year-old daughter. And long story short, he was talking about how 13-year-old girls and boys rebel against their parents. And you can't necessarily pitch something to your 13-year-old child because it's almost part of their genetic programming to rebel against anything that's being presented to them by their parents.
Right.
Is that true? Is that a universal principle or is that symptomatic?
I'm not gonna say. Let's say this. It is an inward drive for individuals to discover their own truth. And around 13, right around the time where they start getting the going through the changes, that is natural. But this is why throughout history, people have had rites of passage. Rites of passage wasn't about instilling history. Rites of passage was about instilling culture and bestowing a certain amount of responsibility. When an individual became 13 and their body started to change, so did their role in society. The reason the 13-year-olds are able to rebel now, because Quasi, I want anybody out there to look this up. How old is the concept of the teenager? I mean, if 13 is such an age of rebellion, you would think around 13, a lot of motherfuckers would have been running off them slave plantations, huh? How old is the concept of a fucking teenager? Where an individual had a 6-year separation from life.
Well, I think teenagers only really, if you count, it's a couple ways I guess look at it. Like on one hand, if you're talking about just counting the amount of times the person has been alive on the planet.
No.
But yeah, but follow me. Yeah, that's all. Like those are the teen age years. So I mean, I guess maybe as long as teens in the English number sense system has been around, you know what I mean? But when I think about it from a perspective of like human development from different teachings that I've had, it's not teenage doesn't have, it's not a part of that. It's not a part of that education. It's adolescence. And then it's actually prepubescent, and then it's pubescent, and then it's adult.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
How long has that separation been there?
That don't overlap with teenage.
But the question I'm asking is, how long has that been there? You see what I'm saying? The whole concept, because I want you to think about this. you know, I spoke to my grandfather. My grandfather started driving trucks at about 13. He was working. You understand what I'm saying? It was, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like driving trucks for money type shit. The whole concept of this this adolescent shit is new. It's new. You know what I'm saying? This is why they have to have child labor laws. Because motherfuckers will start working or will be put to work for the community or be put to work for the family or be put to work for the nation as soon as you started developing hair in certain places. Soon as you was able to ask questions. This whole concept of this being a whole different phase of life. You know what I'm saying? The change started happening. Oh, you's an adult. It's time for adult responsibility. You understand where I'm going with it? It's about 75, maybe 100 years old. And it started with the upper classes first, and it trickled down to us. But even we go to some other countries right now, there's not a big difference between a full-grown, what we would consider a full-grown man and a 13-year-old.
I was just reading a story about this woman that's like a queen, or she was revered in history. Her dad was a famous king, warlord, like a warrior king, and she was famous. And her dad married her off to like a 30-year-old man when she was 12. And this was in like the 1800s.
So I'm just saying.
In Europe.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So and then also, I mean, I want you to.
And she always remembered her dad as her, like, she cherished her dad for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. Hold on. I know what book you was reading. Hold on. Give me a second.
Don't tell. Keep that close to the vest.
Because that was a good story, by the way. So you going back to that story. But anyway, that's, you know, it wasn't Malcolm. It's Robert Greene, right?
Oh, man, come on, man. You just be telling other things out here. Nah, actually, that's not even it.
It ain't it? Man, come on, man. You ain't talking about Italy. You ain't talking about the little girl in Italy. Come on, man. All right. I ain't gonna, but I'm gonna stop. Hold on. But hold on now. But what I'm saying is, so bringing it back to China, in China, they're raising these kids. They're raising the kids for China. We have to start raising our children for us, for our people. We have to start raising them for us. Get them to understand. And it's so hard with all of this technology and all these other things that's trying to pull our children into the illusions that it will be hard for them to shake until their late 20s. You know what I'm saying? Because they see other people enjoying life in ways that are not even really truly enjoyable. You don't even realize that it wasn't really enjoyable until you are like 35. You're like, damn, I don't believe I wasted all that goddamn time. Damn, I fell for the woo. So I guess in my next lifetime I gotta get it right. But let's go into some Norm news. Let's go. You can read that on Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. I got some other stuff on the timeline for y'all. Don't despair. Don't despair. We're gonna bring it back to the folktale. A newfound monster black hole is too big for theories to handle. So they're saying they're not only finding one of these things, they're finding them all over the place. So they're finding these giant black holes, and what I say, could scientists have found hell? Now, I want you to understand what the galaxy is. Let me give you a simple example of what the galaxy is. Are you ready? And you can do this experiment at home and get a deep understanding of science, of physics, of quantum law, and you can master it. And you only need to go to the bathroom, put your hand on that handle of the toilet and push it. And if you want to, you can sit on it and you can shit in it first. Right? Now, I just want you to imagine that the shit is the planet Earth. When you push the handle, that turns into the galaxy. And the shit that's running around the edge is the Earth flowing towards the center of the galaxy until it flushes down the toilet. And it's just that goddamn simple. Listen, I ain't gonna charge y'all for that, right? I ain't gonna charge y'all for that. The whole galaxy, it basically is working like your toilet. And at the center of that hole that everything is going down is that black hole. Because you can't escape the gravity. And if it's circling around it, it's just as you know what I'm saying? Y'all in trouble. I'm just saying, I'm just, y'all in trouble. You understand? But, when you understand it, it makes it a little bit easier for you to deal with. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? I got to make my shit count. Damn, that wasn't a good one because I just described it as, I got to make my life count. I got to stop wasting my moments. Because it's going to take a long time for us to get to our point where we are going to, right? But until then, we got to position ourselves, and we got to position our families, and we got to position ourselves so that, you know what I'm saying, we can live life on purpose, not on accident. Many of us living our lives on accident and think it's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, dog. It's a whole nother lifestyle here that we are missing out on because we are approaching it from a disorganized fashion. A whole nother life out here. Some of us are going to have to suffer, but your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren are going to be able to experience a life unlike anything we could have ever imagined. And some of us so selfish, we don't want that for them. So it's like, I had to get mine, they got to get theirs. I was faced with a serious issue today. And it's a lifelong, 2 lives maybe, long commitment that I'm in. I was trying to explain it to somebody and they're like, no, you ain't. I said, but it's ours. It's ours. So, we locked in. I don't give a fuck how you feel. We're locked in. Right? So, it's certain things that's, like, for example, going back to China, they educate their children for their culture. And their goal is to make sure that their culture continues so they incorporate themselves in every aspect of that curriculum. So that the children understand that it's their responsibility to carry it on. Mike Surgeons, what the call-in number? 614-556-4535. We done got Mike Surgeon. Interested in the conversation? I'm going to type it up for you. Once again, boom. Let me see where you hit me. Yep, you hit me from Facebook, so that should go straight to Facebook. Yep, it's on Facebook now. So feel free to call in. All right, so now, let's move on. I still ain't got back to the folktale yet. Oh, man. I just heard Kamala Harris has dropped out of the 2020 presidential campaign. You know what I'm saying? And actually, it was simple as her dealing with the reparations question. Many of these people go out to drop out because they were not willing to deal with the reparations question. All right, Mike Surgeon, you on the line. What's going on, my friend?
Peace, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing? You got a good radio voice, man. Peace, brother. How are you?
Oh, well, I mean, it's late. I'm tired, man.
I know you be working. I know you.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, though.
Cool. You got something you want to share? Or you just want to...
Well, I wanted to call in, shout you out, man. I know we inboxed a little while ago, and I hit you back. I know you get a lot of correspondence. I don't know if you got a chance to check that out or not, but definitely trying to connect with you in the near future and, you know, talk like we talk.
Yes,
offline.
Sir. Yes, sir. Offline.
You know, yeah, we got some big things coming up in the new year, and one thing we're going to be putting some information out to the public about very soon, like in a matter of days soon, is the second annual George Washington Carver Agricultural Summit. And we have a lot more announcements to make about that, and I don't want to preempt those announcements, but that's coming up in February of 2020.
Okay.
So definitely want everybody who can attend when they see those flyers and you know the stuff online and social media about that. Mark it on your calendar, and if you can, please come. What was that again, please?
Where's it going to be?
Okay, well, we're still negotiating the venue, and I'm between a couple places right now. That's actually the last logistical detail that we have to consolidate, and then the press is going out, and we're just going to be promoting from pretty much like a week from now through February. So, like I said, we'll excuse me.
What type of presentation will you be putting on?
Oh, that's all to be announced. I mean, a lot of what you may be wanting to find out more about, you can actually go to our organization's website, which is the selfknowledgeacademy.com. And you can read more about the organization, about the work we do, and our approaches to community development and nation building. I've actually known Brother Hatem since I was in the 8th grade, and I'm 41 now. I'm not trying to put a date on him or myself, but we've been in solidarity over the years and familiar with one another for quite some time. So
you said selfknowledgeacademy.org?
.com.
Yeah, so like just to kind of, if somebody was like maybe slow.
Excuse me real quick, brother. Excuse me real quick. It's the, like THE, Hatem,
okay.
The Self-Knowledge Academy. Yeah, the selfknowledgeacademy.com.
All right. Let me go on there. I'm gonna type because I was about to post it up, but I forgot. They won't let me. But let me go on the Self-Knowledge Academy.
.com.
.com. So I can share it.
Good thanks, man. Good thanks.
All right, and so now we are having a town hall at the Columbus Public Library on the 10th of this month. And we're gonna have Morgan Harper there, and we're gonna be it's an event sponsored by ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves or Slavery, not slaves, and it's gonna be some good discussion. And then also we need to sit down, man, because 2023 is coming up. We got to start getting people ready to. I'm thinking in 2023 we can make some major moves on the city as far as being able to, make some stuff happen.
Oh, definitely, absolutely, and the event that you guys are doing on the 10th, I'm going to do my best to be there. If I'm not, it's only just because of a scheduling conflict, but I'm going to do my best to be there and support that conversation, because we need to be having more of those conversations and more independent town hall meetings that aren't, necessarily organized by the political parties or the faith-based community per se, but really coming out of the grassroots, or coming from the grassroots. You know what I'm saying? We got to do that, because that's where the political education is really going to take place.
Right.
So I was glad to see that flyer and that advertisement of you all, putting that event on and having Morgan Harper there.
Hello, you still there? Hello? Uh-oh. Did the whole... Hello? Don't tell me my whole damn computer crashed. Anybody out there? Hello? That's some bullshit. All right, family. We're going to keep it going. Now, I posted up the site, theselfknowledgeacademy.com. Be sure to check them out. So let's go on. I know what's going on. It's real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Sasha and Gina! Cut that stuff off. Y'all supposed to be in bed. Somebody upstairs watching something. Real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. You gotta stay on top. I got other people robbing the Wi-Fi. It's a crime. All right, let's see if we can go and get the family back up. Somebody trying to talk. Maybe they dropped me. Maybe I was dropped. That's cool. I know what to do. They dropped me. All right. So we're going to go refresh. No, I don't want to do that. Let me go in. Okay. No, I don't want to join via desktop. Let's go and hang up, disconnect me, and I'll call right back in. Where we at? So hang on, family. I'm on my way back in. It does that periodically. Actually, I don't remember it doing it on my new setup. But hey, it is what it is. So I'm calling back in.
Those were fighting words.
Organizer.
What's fighting words?
Fighting words. When we put that down, when they were talking about closing down our high school, and we countered with that, then all of a sudden, the city of Columbus City Schools decided, we don't want to close the school down anymore. So people got to learn how to play policy judo with the powers that be, whether it's black elected officials in office or white elected officials in office. What we got to pay attention to are the policies and whether they're in our interest or not. So that's the kind of work really that we're focused on at the Self-Knowledge Academy.
Man, I missed a good conversation, man. I got cut off, and then y'all got so everybody missed that. So listen. I swear to God, it came back up on those are fighting words. I said, "Oh shit, what I missed?"
I heard all of it.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, I asked you more, just hearing everything you were saying. How much of what you was just saying about all of that, how much of that is connected to what you were saying about the George Washington Carver, was it Institute or?
George Washington Carver Agricultural Summit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very much connected because the retail food industry in the United States alone is a $5.32 trillion trillion per year industry. And so we created George Washington Carver Agricultural Network, which puts on the summit annually. It's like a conference to come together and look at our progress, look at opportunities, get new information, network, and all that kind of stuff. The network that we created, George Washington Carver Agricultural Network, within the Self-Knowledge Academy, is designed to introduce young people, young adults, members of our community to agriculture to get them trained as horticulturalists. I'm trained through OSU Extension. I have a couple certifications with them. Although my undergraduate background is political science and public policy, I have some additional training in agriculture. And so we want to get more of our people trained so that we can create more value-added food businesses, get more people not only into the farming side, but applying whatever other skills, pre-existing skills that they have or vocational skills that they have, and connecting it into what we're calling the African-centered food grid or the African-centered food economy. And this overall research is sort of headed under a concept that we're referring to as African-centered food security, or ACFS. What we're doing is doing the research and linking with other similar organizations around the United States to educate our people and show them the economic possibilities associated with being food secure as a community. First is, like Brother Hatem was saying, first as an individual, then as families, and neighborhoods, but then scaling that, but broadening that out into larger spaces geographically, and then monetizing it and creating jobs. But in cities like Columbus and Chicago and other places, before we can really benefit from the economic aspect of things, we have to demarcate space. We have to control the geographical space where we're trying to do business. Then we can establish the rules within that space about how the community is going to function and have consensus between everyone in the community, because people once they're in a position to benefit from agreeing to cooperating, then you're going to get more cooperation, and you want to start with a tight nucleus and then be able to know like who's a part of that inner circle, and then who's coming from outside, even if they have black skin. Because see, even black folk, if there's not that spiritual similarity and affinity and connection to what we're trying to accomplish, they'll come in and try to sabotage it or undermine it. And we got to be able to identify people by face and by spirit or energy signatures to comprehend very quickly what their motives and what their intentions are, what their agenda is.
Now,
so let me ask you.
Wait, hold on. What you talking about? What you talking about is what nation building is all about. You see, because like for example,
yes, sir.
Because some people will be like, because you talking about the spiritual energy, and some people be thrown off by that. What you talking about is a group having the ability to include as well as exclude, others. You know what I'm saying? And that's right. One of the major pieces that we're missing, because now when you, like, for example, if you look at the definition of a nation, it's all about territory and developing an economic life. Establishing a stable, historically developed community territory of people with territory, economic space, whatever. I'm not going to go through all that. But what you just described is basically what nation building, tribe building, family building is about. We got to understand that even as an individual, we have to be able to define our space. As a family, we have to be able to define space. As a tribe, we have to be able to define space.
As an individual, you have personal space.
You have personal space.
You preaching? Go ahead, brother.
I'm just saying. So what you're saying is basically, it fits right into it. But one of the major pieces you said is being able to identify, and this is one of the pieces we missed, because we want to be so inclusive. I'm just so happy that I'm just so happy that group want to partner up with us. No, we need to be very clear that everybody is operating under a self-interested model, and we need to practice the same shit.
That's right. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to name any names, obviously, because I don't want to do that. But even in here locally, organizing, like I helped co-found my first youth organization here in Columbus when I was 12 years old, called Homogenea. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Trailer and a couple other brothers were our mentors back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or in the Amharic language in Ethiopia, are Jegna. So some people use Jegna instead of mentor because that has a negative connotation. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But we've been doing this for a long time, and so people like you and a handful of other people that I still got love for, man, in this area, and that I check for, are few and far between. But the handful of y'all that there are out here, I know what you're about and your reputations and your work and the amount of people and the amount of young people's lives that you've impacted on a positive level, all that speaks for itself. And by the same token, I know who a lot of the flakes are. I don't know all of them, but I know who a lot of the flakes are in this city because I've already gone to them and tried to work with them in the past and couldn't do it. So if I cut them off at this point or from now on, it's only because I already tried to work with them before and couldn't for reasons outside of my control. That's what I'm saying. So we're at a point, we're at a stage. And I talked to a brother from the East Coast, from New York, earlier this evening, and he reminded me. He said, "Man, change, evolution, revolution occurs in stages. It doesn't. It's not a straight line. It don't happen all at once."
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to know that part of the reason that white supremacy has lasted as long as it has is because there's been some black folk helping.
Yeah, and they've
been
the luckiest.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
And I'm saying, and they've been some of the luckiest motherfuckers on the planet. I mean, because
but that goes back to the parable that you just read tonight about the crane getting the bone out of the
lion's throat. The lion's
throat. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what they've been doing. Talking about they watching the throne and all that. I know what they think they're doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Advisors to the king and all that. I know what they think they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like Bob Marley said, what we doing, what me and you and folks like us are doing, we coming in from the code. So that's a whole nother demonstration. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, we're gonna link, man. I mean, I appreciate what you're doing, man. I don't get to check in with you on this particular platform too often, but it ain't nothing. You know, just it's the work, man. It ain't nothing else. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be seeing you and I'll be supporting you and I'll be putting up prayers for you and positive energy and all that, man.
Question: how much space do you need for the piece that y'all trying to do, the George Washington Carver piece?
Yeah, that's that. Brother, the school is on the short list. I just got to try one more thing, and if they don't want it or we can't do it, it's gonna be no problem because you were gonna be the very next person I call, and that's God's honest truth. And I got witnesses that can bear witness to that. So we're gonna be talking about that.
Okay.
Yes,
sir. Go ahead.
I know you like to, sometimes be discerning about the interactions that you endorse, but I think that the brother on the line and myself would have a lot to talk about.
Say again?
I said I would tell me your name again, sir, that's on the phone with you.
Oh, my name is Mike Surgeon, Brother Mike.
Have we met, Hatem?
Nah, I don't think.
What did you say?
He was one. He asked me if he met you. I don't think you met him through me.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Nah, but hold on. He did.
Yeah, I would like to meet you.
He came and spoke at one of the Warrior meetings. You might have been there. You might have not. This was like four, maybe 5 years ago. But anyway.
Yeah, that's when y'all was reading that Black Dot book.
Right.
4 or 5 years ago, all I was doing was school 4 or 5 years ago. I was nothing other than on the class.
So, but I mean, y'all can hook up because I understand what you're saying. We got stuff to talk about offline. But I'm telling y'all, family, y'all need to listen up and I'm very clear, and you can look me in my eyes. 2023 is coming. 2023 is coming.
But we gotta plant them seeds right now.
Oh yeah. I'm letting people know. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit, we ain't playing with it. Because like I said, I'm gonna leave it alone. But I'm in private. Please understand, family, we are talking about major moves. See, because a lot of y'all just want to work on the national level, and that's cool. I'm telling y'all right now, it's about securing the space that you are in and getting some.
Right, state and local, yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's coming. So next news item, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Damn, it's already 10 o'clock.
All right, Tim. Good thanks, brother.
No problem.
Good thanks, man. We're gonna link.
All right.
Yo, as soon as this phone is over, can you do a little text introduction?
You say who?
Can you do a text introduction between?
Yeah. I got you.
Introducing me and Mike so we can chop it.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, we could be nearing the second Great Depression. This is in Forbes. Now, I want you to understand. So now they're talking about depressions. They're talking about, listen, they're talking about depressions. They're talking about civil war, family. I'm not into conspiracies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least I try not to be. But, I don't know. But anyway, all this talk, you know what I'm saying? They got motherfuckers at the soup kitchen eating on this picture. This is from the Forbes magazine. I want y'all to check this out. Then also I posted up something from Business Insider. So last one was Forbes, this Business Insider. I spent 5 years studying rich people. And I can tell you they're laser focused on building the type of relationship anyone can see. So now, Business Insider, article about building relationships. Family, I want all of my young people that might not be as young as they used to be. One of the key pieces I have always stressed with my young people is building relationships. And these relationships are going to pay off big. Now, first off, like for example, y'all need to come out on December the 10th at the public library. We're going to be in the auditorium. It's going to be, it's sponsored by the ADOS group. And we're going to be having a discussion with a sister that is running for state rep. Is it? What position is she running for?
I'll just ask a friend that's sitting here and they know it's Congress. Apparently.
We got a young lady in Columbus, Ohio running for Congress. One of the things that she's not afraid to talk about is reparations and maybe even support reparations. Now I want y'all to understand. The courage in this day and time to come out and do that. Now, family, also, one of the things I want to let y'all know is this. Listen very closely. Brothers and sisters, we all got cousins out here with felonies. We got people that are running or feel that they cannot go out and vote. In order for us to start winning, we have to start activating the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the DeMontes. We need to activate all of our street brother and sister. Now, I am starting a
man.
Yeah, man. Listen, I am launching a campaign called Nigga Lend Me Your Vote. I'm just saying, you ain't doing nothing with it. You might as well loan it to me. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying by 2023, no, my fault, because we're going to get a lot of stuff popping off in 2023. So we're going to need 2028 to make the payoff. Loan your vote. If you ain't going to do nothing with it, let us develop a ticket for you and you just go and vote. You know what I'm saying? See, Mark.
All you got to do is stand in line.
All you got to do is actually, we can go and arrange it so you might not even have to stand in line. We could find a way. Huh? Go ahead.
You don't have to stand in line. Man, it's 30 whole days. You could.
Exactly. You go early. You go
in line to vote. Like I have, every time I've ever voted, I walked in and voted and left.
The only time you got to wait in line is the day of. Now, Morgan Harper is running for the U.S. Congress 3rd District. Thanks, Mike Sir. See, and it's like I do what I do. I got my family around me that do what they do. Everybody is seeking mastery in their shit. So I asked the question. I threw it out there. I got the answer. And that's all we all have to do, family. If we play our positions, we can't be beat. What starts to happen is when we start trying to play each other's position, trouble start to happen. Now, you're not going to use your vote. I'm asking you to lend me your vote until 2023. Right? Now, but the payoff will come by 2025 or 2028. I'm just saying. And I ain't saying you got to vote for me. Tickets will be developed so that you will know what to vote for and what not to vote for. That's what everybody else does. So we need to start getting out and talking to, because I had a young man tell me the other day that he didn't know he could vote because he got a record. In Ohio, that shit don't even matter. If you're not on immediate papers, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a little bit more research, or better yet, somebody out there is going to do some research and call into my show and let us know specifically what it is that will stop you from being able to vote other than not being registered. Somebody out there need to do that. Because family, we got to get politically active. Because I'm going to say this to you. Because I hear people about the money piece. But let me understand. Let me say this to you. Making money, real money, not just real money, without politics, is like going to a whole house and having sex without a condom. You're going to get sick. It's like going to a party and with a pocket full of money and getting drunk and passing out at the bar. You're going to get robbed. Politics enables you to protect your wealth. Politics enables you to protect your paycheck. Politics make sure that the roads that you drive home don't have what they call them? Holes in the streets. Make sure that your sewer system is working. Politics make it possible for us to live and have places where we can exchange. Well, they can get in the way of that. If we are talking about making any changes here in America, we have to get politically involved. Because family, especially if you're talking about you want to be that next billionaire, right? If you're doing some aspirational living, there are no billionaires without political connections. If you think I'm lying, do your own research. Matter of fact, there's very few multi-millionaires without political connections. And we got to start making we got to start connecting those dots and start understanding. While we're running from politics, everybody else is running to it. And everybody else is getting something. I'm sorry. But that goes back to their relationships. And I'm about to pull this. I'm about to pull in this folktale. I want y'all to listen to me, because I'm about to change some lives. Because y'all know the motto here. We strive to blow up old paradigms. Some of y'all holding on to those old paradigms too damn tight. You need to let them go. We got old paradigms about education. We got old paradigms about politics. We got old paradigms about social systems. We got old paradigms about economics. We got to start blowing some of those up. And we got to start moving towards the future. Because if not, we're giving our children's future away to others. And that's not fair. Matter of fact, that's unacceptable. Bigger U.S. cities have more pronounced wage inequalities. This is from citylab.com. Another one. The United States government has secret crafts in space. I wish I had a politician that could tell me what some of these they got. Listen, you need to check this out. They sent up. How many of y'all knew this? They got a jet that stayed a jet. I ain't saying rocket. They got a jet that stayed in space orbit for 738 days. That's more than 2 years. And nobody know what this shit was doing up there. It just landed the other day. Millionaires and billionaires are where politicians get their money to run for elected office. Y'all, you see? So I'm just last one. Let me go. All right, cool. I thought I had another one about wealth and equality up there, but I must have not. So let's go on back. So, family, listen. I'm going to make this quick because I already done held y'all up. How long we been on here? We've been on here 80 minutes. Damn. Brother, I tell you, you be running. I know. I'm trying, family. But I get so... I was tired when I started this. And this is one of the reasons that I have to like not do the shows all the time, because I get so I get so impassioned when I'm doing this. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like I never know when my last broadcast will be. Do you understand? I never know. So everyone, when I get it, I gotta hit it. Even the morning toast. But the evening ones are, for me, I have to hit them really hard. Because the morning toast is like I'm kind of protected as far as the morning toast. And I don't mean that something can't happen to me, but you know what I'm saying? I'm toasting the ancestors. I ain't got shit to fear out here. Really, I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But when I hit these shows like this, I never know when one of these is going to be my last one. So I got to come. And I have to challenge and I have to push. You know what I'm saying? I have to go and pray that some of my brothers and my sisters will call in and drop the wisdom that maybe I might be just the nudge that they need to bring that. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to get hyped up because that energy travels, right? So let me ask you while you on here, like and share. Go to gnjmedia.live so that you can get into the contest. You know what I'm saying? For to win some of the merchandise as well. You get points for commenting and stuff like that. I don't want you to do it just so that you get points. I want you to throw shit up there quality, please. But I do want to be able to put something in your life that's valuable, like the hats and the shirts and shit. Yes. Shit, that blew up my whole paradigm. I wasn't ready for that shit. I was actually trying to move some shit and I didn't even know that. I'm sorry. All right, anyway. A wolf who had a bone stuck in his throat hired a crane for a large sum to put her head into his mouth and draw out the bone. When the crane had extracted the bone and demanded the promised payment, the wolf, grinning and grinding his teeth, exclaimed, "Why, you have surely already had a sufficient recompense in having been permitted to draw out your head in safety from the mouth and the jaws of a wolf." Now, in that situation, let me say this to you. The bone was politics. But hold on. Family, whenever you fucking with a vile creature that would usually eat you, and he's at bay, there's a reason that they are at bay. And if you make a deal with that vile creature, you have to get payment in advance. Say it with me. I need payment in advance. The crane didn't get payment in advance. The crane didn't get any security for what it was going to do. Right? But then again, if the crane would have got the high payment first, soon as the beast would have felt the bone being removed from his throat, it would have probably bit the crane's goddamn neck off. So the crane was in a situation where it was almost, it could be considered almost unwinnable. Family, let me say this to you. In this situation, we are the crane. And we're living in the mouth of the beast. Close to the mouth. It's time for us to start getting our payment before we pull the bone out. Because I want you to understand that for the whole history of this country, one of the major functions that we have served have been the bone removers out of the throat of this country. War. We need extra. Get the niggas. We need consumers. Get the niggas. We need the fruit pick. Get the niggas. We need cotton pick. Get the niggas. We need we need free labor and then cheap labor. Get the niggas. We've been pulling the bone, and the bone that we have released out of the throat of this country has made it possible for them to go and ravish the rest of the goddamn world. Now there's another bone caught in their throat right now. And in order for us to go get this one, we need to be paid first. Now, let's bring it down to the personal level. Some of y'all are out here fucking with wolves. Some of y'all work for wolves. Some of y'all sleeping with wolves. Have you got the payment first? Have you received, as they say, your recomps? Have you got your retainer? Let's put it that way. Do you have your retainer for the work that you are doing, or the work that we are doing? I mean, these folk tales expand from personal life to group life, and they're layered. 3 years from now, we'll come back to this, and it'll be a whole nother situation out here where we'll be like, damn, it applies. Family, get your life in order. Your ancestors already laid the answers out for you. I'm sorry. Let me see. I want to make sure I ain't missing nothing on Facebook. Okay. Make sure I ain't missing nothing on YouTube. Alright. So family, I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more. And I am starting to get tired. And I got a very, very, very busy day tomorrow. And I want to thank each and every last one of you. Once again, I want to invite you to like, subscribe. I invite you to share news and events on the Gye-Nyame Journey Media timeline on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I mean stuff that, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking for culture building stuff, right? Also, remember that we do the mall on the last Kaumba every month. We're not doing one in December, right? But we will possibly start in January. I just have to convince the team, you know what I'm saying? Because like after Ohio State Michigan game whooped us, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of like, man, what we doing here? And also be on the lookout for the newsletter. So Mike Surgeon, if you got something for the newsletter, Brother Tim, if you got an ad that you want me to put in the newsletter, Brother Quasi, if you got something for the newsletter, anybody else got something out there for the newsletter, make sure you hit me up. I'm trying to get it out by the 10th. By the 10th, it's going to be combining November and December. I'm going to call it the Kwanzaa issue. Hell with it. You know what I'm saying? And just throw it out there before Kwanzaa. It's going to be packed. It's going to be full. So it's going to be a full-length magazine. Digital, of course, because, you know, I'm trying, like I said, we on a budget over here. But by the way, family, go donate, hit us up. Not donate. Tip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Invest. Hatim, Gye-Nyame, thank you for being consistent and doing the work. Same to you, my brother. Hey, but yo, family, first off, I want to thank you for joining us in the congregation of the mighty. Thank you for visiting the home of the stubborn minority. Mike Surgeon, check out the concept of the stubborn minority. You'll like that. All right? I'm just Quasi. Also, check out Check out the idea of the stubborn minority. The home. Let me roll that forward. The home of the congregation of the mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Get it together, anime. Get it together. This is a Heart of a Simba production. Of course, you know, this is Folktales for grown folks. Simba! Damn! And of course, you know, we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Make sure you share. All right, family, I'm out. Peace.